Hey everyone. So, if you're a dog owner here in Columbia, Maryland, you already know that our city is a pretty unique place to live. Today, we're going to talk about how to find a really great local dog trainer, someone who gets our community and can help your dog be the best companion they can be. Life with a dog in Columbia is so shaped by our surroundings. One minute, you could be navigating the busy town center, and the next, you're on one of those quiet, winding paths. This mix means we need a dog that's confident and well behaved, really in all sorts of situations. All right, so here's what we're going to cover to help you find that perfect match. We'll look at what training for life in Columbia really looks like, how to find a qualified trainer, what you can expect to pay, the most important questions you need to ask, and then where you can go to put all that great training into practice. So let's start with what makes training here different. Columbia isn't your typical suburb, right? That whole network of village centers and all the interconnected pathways means our dogs need a specific set of skills just to navigate daily life smoothly and, of course, safely. Think about your average week. Your dog has to handle the crowds during a festival at the lakefront or wait patiently while you grab a coffee in the Merriweather district and not get totally freaked out by cyclists or little kids zipping by on those shared paths. A good local trainer gets this. They know these specific scenarios and they'll prepare your dog for them. Okay, so you know what your dog needs. Now, how do you actually find a professional who can teach these skills? Well, it really comes down to two things: understanding their methods and checking their credentials. The approach you're going to hear about most often, and for good reason, is positive reinforcement. What this really means is that it focuses on building your dog's confidence. You're rewarding the good choices, so you're creating a dog who is actually happy to learn with you, not one who's just afraid of making a mistake. Now, here's something you need to know. Maryland doesn't have an official licensing system for dog trainers. That means it's up to you to look for professional certifications. These letters, like KPA CTP or CPDTKA, they're your best sign that a trainer has actually invested in their education and is committed to a professional standard of care. Then you also have to decide on the format. In-home training can be amazing for tackling those issues that happen right in your living room, like, going nuts when the delivery driver shows up. Group classes, on the other hand, are just perfect for teaching your dog to focus on you, even when there are other exciting dogs nearby. And just a quick word on what to watch out for. Be really careful with anyone who promises a quick fix or who relies on punishment-based tools. Real, lasting behavior change just takes time and patience, and those methods can often create even more problems, like anxiety, down the road. Now, let's talk about the financial side of it. Investing in training is really an investment in your life with your dog, so it definitely helps to know what the typical costs are right here in our area. So, in the Columbia and Greater Howard County area, here's a general idea of what you can expect for 2025. A group class that runs for a few weeks might be in the couple $100 range. Private, one-on-one lessons are usually priced per session. And then those more intensive options, like a board and train program, are obviously a much bigger investment. And that, of course, leads to a really common question. With those private lessons costing more, is in-home training really worth it? For a lot of families, the answer is a huge yes. If your biggest struggles are things like your dog jumping all over guests when they walk in the door or having a meltdown when you leave for work, well, there's just no better place to work on those issues than right where they happen. All right, so you found a few trainers you're interested in. Now what do you ask them? Having a little checklist ready to go can help you feel way more confident when you're making that final decision. Here are 5 questions you'll want to ask. First, ask about their methods. Make sure it's that positive reinforcement we talked about. Second, ask about their specific certifications. Third, find out if you'll get a written plan so you know what to do between sessions. Number 4 is a big one. Ask how they work with fearful or reactive dogs. And finally, get real clarity on the pricing and what's included in their fee. Okay, so once you and your trainer have built up a really solid foundation, the next step, the fun step, is to get out there and practice those new skills in the real world. And we have some great spots for this right here in Columbia. The paths around Lake Kitamani are absolutely perfect for practicing loose leash walking with all sorts of real-world distractions. And when you're ready for some off-leash fun, the Worthington Dog Park in Ellicott City is the place to go. Just remember, you do need to get a county permit for that. And as you're out enjoying these awesome spaces, just keep the basic rules in mind. Howard County requires dogs to be leashed in public places, and you'll also need to make sure their county license and their rabies vaccinations are all up to date. It's just part of being a responsible dog owner in our community. At the end of the day, finding the right trainer is all about making your life together in Colombia better. A well-trained dog means you can actually enjoy grabbing that coffee at Merriweather or relax at home and not worry about every single person who walks past your window. We wish you and your dog the very best on your training journey together.